You good?
Almost.
Hold on.
Almost.
Gotta get that new battery though.
I'm gonna edit like 5 minutes out of this bitch. Be okay.
Let's just keep it in. I'm sure the listeners will understand. Priorities. Gotta get that battery.
System startup. Loading.
The number one resource for comic books, movies, and more.
This is Zero to Hero.
I'm tired.
All right. welcome back to the Zero to Hero podcast, the number one podcast for movies, comic books, and stuff of the sort. Join me is my good friend Leonard Chilcutt. How are you doing, Leonard?
I'm doing alright. What's going on?
Another day, another dollar for me. Just looking stuff up and talking about comic books.
Absolutely.
As we do here. All right. So for news that's been going around, what's been new things? Anything new for you personally that's been affecting you? Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Pokemon Go for
Pokemon Go.
real.
Dude,
I've only had more time to play it though.
I'm
That's the
almost a
thing.
gym leader. I'm level 5. I've been knocked off a couple times, but I'm gonna get it. It's my main goal. Anyway,
All right.
I mean, you'll see me. Team Mystic hashtag.
Team Valor for
Yeah,
days.
What's the other one? Vigor or something like that?
What?
Vigor.
Vigor.
I don't know.
Valor?
It's a V word
Is that
for that yellow one.
Valor. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
oh
pretty
wait,
sure.
you talking about the yellow one?
Yeah, the yellow team for the
Fuck,
Pokemon
who
Go.
cares? They're a bunch
Yeah,
of bitches
who
anyway.
needs 'em?
No. No.
But Mystic or Valor all the way. Or what was
Civil
yours?
War started. Civil War 2 started by fucking Pokemon Go.
Yeah, true.
No. Oh.
Okay, so like just stuff that's happened. Killing Joke comes out next week.
Killing Joke does come out next week.
That is true.
I-
Like
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go see it just
really
because of work. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, life happens, but
right.
but you gonna pick up that Blu-ray?
For days.
You gotta pick up that Blu-ray. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, like I hear that they're really trying to faithfully adapt it from like the dark comic, because that's a really dreary.
I was actually gonna
Cap
buy
comic,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
So I had the whole graphic novel right there, right in front of me, and I was like, you know what, this might be something I could read really quick right before the Killing Joke comes out. So that way
Right, so
I
you can have a
know
refresher. Yeah,
how close it is and how well it was done. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's what I wanted to do. But I said, you know what? I'll hold off. I'll do it later. I'll read it. Like, man,
Right, we'll get to
we'll
it.
see.
Like part of me wants to read it, but I know it's like they're literally adapting it, so I don't want to like totally read this comic and then go in and be like, okay, well this is exactly what I read.
Right.
I could be somewhat surprised.
I don't want to go in and see it and say, man, I'm about to critique this because I've already read it.
Read it, yeah.
I know
Definitely.
what's gonna happen. And
But I mean, at the same time, like they also hear that they're adding like a prequel section, so you get a little bit more about Batgirl's backstory in the
Right,
situation.
yeah.
Which I mean, like it's cool. I mean, you're just
Mhm.
allotting for time, but at the same time, working it out in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
I'm a little bit excited. Plus, it gives a little bit of insight towards Batgirl. She doesn't really have like the biggest fan base. She does have a fan base, of course, but it's not anywhere near what a Batman or Superman would hold.
Yeah, she's got like her own niche.
Not even
of
Harley
people
Quinn,
for-
because I think the most popular out of all the female characters might be Harley Quinn
Oh,
right
I'd
now.
say so. I mean, at least DC wise. All
Yeah,
day, she
of
holds
course.
that title.
Well, even in Marvel, who could top that?
Yeah.
But as far as it goes, it just depends on. Now we start.
No, we're just
Okay.
going. Yeah, so just still rolling.
No, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm very excited. That's probably what's up and coming. That's probably what I'm most excited for. Behind, of course, the Suicide Squad.
That,
We'll
I
see how
feel
that
like that
goes.
comes out like not next week.
August 5th.
Where'd July
Right.
go? It's just
Yeah,
gone.
July.
Like Independence Day, and then you go straight into whatever else it is.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna be really cool. I'm just on the music videos and the music that's come out for it. They have the music videos tie into the movie.
Yeah, soundtrack is
just-
sounding like great.
Soundtrack it as A
Yeah.
plus for this movie. So even if it tanks, you got a couple good songs. And there's a new one by Eminem coming out like the week of.
Really?
Yes, he's doing one for it. So
Awesome.
You're like what?
Awesome.
But I mean, just in the music videos, you get bits and pieces of that movie, and then just seeing that, I'm just like, that actually looks like it's gonna work out. It's gonna be
Right.
cool.
Yep.
Plus, David's also in the news. Well, not in the news, in the thing. David Ayer, the guy who's the director and stuff,
Mhm.
he said that he was really glad he got to use Ben Affleck's Batman because it allowed him for a chance to kind of put Batman for this perspective of like the villain's eyes, like this scary, menacing phantom of a character. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you hear that? What is that?
Right.
Which you never really get to see before. Usually on Batman's shoulder, seeing how he does all the crazy stuff. So
Right.
that was also a cool, unique.
Bringing
idea.
up the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Read an article. You said David Ayers, right?
David Ayer, I think that's how
I
you
think,
say his
yeah.
name.
Anyway.
For this podcast, it is.
He was in an interview stating that Scott Eastwood's character,
Right.
only known as GQ. No, that's raising a lot of questions. No one really knows who Scott Eastwood is exactly playing in the movie Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
The two biggest theories, internet-wise, going around is saying that it is possibly Dick Grayson
Okay, so we got Dick Grayson on the board on spot A.
or The Question.
The Question.
Those are the two biggest.
Spot B, I have no fucking clue about.
You don't know who the question is,
Please give me a crash course on the question.
Faceless. Okay, so he's basically just a decent detective.
Right.
He's faceless. He can form into anybody on.
So he's a
cue,
shapeshifter, or is it just his face?
No,
Is it like a young
can be his
lady?
whole body.
Okay, it's like a young lady in a
whatever.
detective's body. Like
Right,
that'd be.
no.
It's picturing
That's weird.
not going well.
No, but
Where's my dad?
So that's basically where he goes. But his true form, he's faceless. If you see him, he's faceless. You don't know who he is.
He's just like kind of a straight silhouette facade.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like imagine like Rorschach without the red black blots or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. I
Cool,
mean,
cool.
But I don't think Rorschach or
Rorschach.
whatever his
I
name
don't
is.
know how you'd say his name. We know the
Rorschach.
Watchmen character.
Right. I don't think he's has the ability to shapeshift. I didn't know about that.
No, I didn't say it.
Okay, I thought you said that.
I'm talking about appearance-wise. You
whoa.
said he's a
When did
detective.
that happen?
Rorschach has detective clothes. Faceless. Rorschach doesn't have much of a face. That's what I'm picturing.
Okay, I got
So,
you.
but am I right? Like visual-wise,
I
not
got you.
power-wise. Am I right?
No, I don't know, man.
No,
Hold on.
not even close.
No, anyway, the director did state that the internet is nowhere near close on this.
Nowhere near close. That's
Nowhere
cool.
near close.
I want mystery in my movies too.
Right, exactly. So you're like, man, okay, so it's Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son, of course. If you don't know him as an actor, that is how he fell into fame, being Clint Eastwood's son.
Feeling lucky.
Right? Yeah.
Feeling lucky, punk.
I don't know. There has been a lot of speculation of him being Dick Grayson and possibly Nightwing. But in this movie, he wouldn't be Nightwing. He would be falling under the role as Dick Grayson and following the Grayson comics more so. Just
Yeah.
an agent who is.
I would hate that.
Me too.
I would. You telling me you're introducing the DC universe to like the movie audience, and you pick Dick Grayson to go straight into like the Dick Grayson role? That's a
Yeah. That's not
I'd get
exactly.
a sign and I'd sit outside Warner Bros.
Right.
Studios. We'd have a coup. That'd be cool.
I don't know, man. It is something to question because you're like, man, who is he? Like, what's his deal? But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with it all.
I mean, yeah, in general, I hope it like, stays. That's what makes this movie so interesting is that they have released that 1 or 2 trailers with different cool music, but it hasn't been something like, oh my god, well, there's the plot. Like, there's
Yeah.
I understand the whole
Yeah.
movie. So, I mean, in aspects, that's what I'm glad of. Still talking about DC news, the set photos and stuff that's been going around in the recent faces. Oh, that looks so cool.
Right.
The question.
Right. So that's the question right there. I just showed him a picture of the
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think they get it. But I'm going, whoa. But set photos wise, did you see the set photos for Flash season 3? There's 2 going out. I mean, one shows the Kid Flash costume, but I mean,
Yeah,
that's
the
already
only
been
one that I've
released.
seen is basically like kind of like a posterized picture where
Yeah.
of the Kid Flash. I don't like it. I absolutely think it's.
I think that it's weird that they went with the original Kid Flash costume because I mean, like,
Exactly.
I was really going for the new 52
Right, 'cause
Wally West.
Yeah, the silver.
Yeah, the silver
black and-
blackish. That's
yeah.
why I thought they were gonna do. Honestly, I wasn't gonna question it. So when I see the original,
I would have liked it more.
was like,
'cause
that's
if
weird.
you're gonna base the family and
They-
everything off the new 52 family,
they totally changed everything. Nah.
I'm not totally against it, but I just think it's kind of weird. I don't think it was the right route, but I'm not against it. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah, I get you.
So we'll just see how it
just,
plays out.
I feel like they're just handpicking. I mean, and it's not a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. But like, I
Right.
feel like they're just handpicking elements from comics and just kind of throwing into this
I mean, it's-
CW verse and saying it works.
I mean,
You know?
there
same,
weren't-
same thing with Arrow and Batman concepts. Do you kind of get what I'm saying? I feel like
Yeah.
they're kind of handpicked because you can't. Barry Allen was the Flash, right? But I mean, like, if you talk about the Flash, you think about Wally West in that run. Well, now
Mhm,
when you do this whole
exactly.
rigmarole of Barry Allen needs to be the main character and Wally West needs to take the back seat.
Right.
do this
So we're talking
whole-
about the paradox. We're talking about maybe how it can fix a lot of stuff. What if they brought in another Wally West? You know what I mean?
Like
What if they brought in
White Wally
the
West?
other-
I mean,
the white
say
Wally
it, but
West
the original White Wally West.
and just say, hey, everything's changed, and they have a new Wally West in
That's how
there,
it is.
and then they both come in.
I'd still be. I feel like that would be them committing and then realizing it's and then jumping out. I want to see something. If they're I've already went this route, I just might as well see where this fucked up weird
I got you.
situation's
Right.
gonna end us. Where
Right,
I
I
mean,
got you.
I just hope they don't straight camp out the whole show, kind of like Arrow has became. But I mean, that's a topic onto itself and stuff.
Eric, fuck, I don't know who Eric is. Arrow.
Eric.
Arrow is a mess that they're trying to just sort out at this point. They're trying to
Mhm.
clean the room that is called Arrow.
Yeah. I mean, they used it as a springboard for when we say it's a lot, but like they use it for a springboard for these other shows, and it's really cool and all. But I think now it's just kind of worn, like from being used all the time. It's like a sloppy girl.
I got you.
Yeah, you feel me?
That's crazy.
She's just been used so much that
Right.
she's just not even a thing anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a
Okay.
terrible concept to
That's
just keep on
awful.
talking about.
But let's just move on from that then.
Anyway, Nintendo released the new NES. Did you see that? That's totally.
I can't come back from that, dude.
Hey, it's a new
Uh,
NES. It's smaller. It's like the
Right.
original Nintendo Entertainment Center,
Right.
but this one happens just to be pre-packed with like 60 games. Like
So,
the main thing, it's
I mean-
$60.
and
For the price of one normal game, you could have your grandparents'
all the
entire
games your
gaming
grandparents
culture.
played. No, I wouldn't say grandparents. Like my mom's generation, they grew up with Atari.
Mhm.
Back when I was, 10, 11, or 12, they came out with the exact same thing, where it's basically an Atari with a bunch of games just built into it.
Right.
That's basically what this NES is.
But this one's made by Nintendo.
Oh, I'm just saying. Well,
It changes the
all
game.
I'm saying is that it's bringing back what games started from. Like what we see now, this is where it all started, was the NES.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So but I mean, if you're gonna look back and have they done this before? Yes, they did it with the Atari. The Atari was a whole gaming system, and they brought it into this fucking little box that had 60 games on it and a little control stick. That's
Mhm.
all it was. So I like NES. I think that this will be something that will be bought vigorously. Like, it'll be sold out very,
But
very
yeah, I
quickly.
think so too. I think people are gonna be like, "What? My childhood?" And
Yeah.
like 30-year-olds are just gonna be flocking.
Even us younger
I'm
adults
excited for it.
towards
I have
teenagers.
a Raspberry Pi that plays all those things, and I still want to go buy this.
Right,
thing.
exactly.
Like it just
You
it
know,
seems cool.
I mean, 3 years ago, back in high school, I was looking for a Nintendo 64 to play
Mhm.
because a Nintendo 64 was awesome. The original Super Smash Bros. You know what I mean?
Right.
All those types of games. Super Mario Party, fun as hell. It's vintage, and I love vintage. So the NES is probably something I'll look to buy. I know a lot of people who will also buy it. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with that.
Mhm. I mean, I just feel like that's like one of their garbage pail ideas. They're just like, oh, we can do this. I'm like, oh, okay, and it's totally working out for them.
Right, with the way they're moving with games, and like as far as Nintendo is moving with games and the Wii U,
Mm-hmm.
this is something that a little bit of a refresher for people and say, oh,
Right,
well,
allows
the
you to
Wii U
stretch
was
your
kinda
legs.
Like a bust. Honestly, the Wii U was a bust. Everything about Nintendo, newly speaking, has kind of just been a bust. Hasn't been the thing that what they thought it would be. But I mean, it happens though. I'm not too worried about it.
Right.
But yeah, this is definitely a kind of a step back, kind of a refresher as far as it goes. I'm excited for it, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. So that should bring us around about that time. Yeah, it's that time. Before we start the next topic, can you grab me a Gatorade from the behind
Yeah,
you?
no problem.
It'd be like behind. Is there one even left in the door? Fuck yeah! I was actually
One
legitimately
Gatorade
sad.
left.
I was just like, what? I'm
No, for
pretty sure I
real.
stashed it.
Right.
All right, but anyway.
Moving on.
So to bring us into Cartwheel segue, that's the word I'm looking for. Attack on Titan season 2 was announced. It's coming soon, 2017. Dubbed or subbed? Is it coming subbed or is it coming already English dubbed?
If it's gonna come, it's more than likely
First sub.
This is not in Japan out. This is its release date in Japan. It is not out.
Yeah,
in
not
Japan.
even in.
So this will be dubbed. Or this will be subbed.
subbed. It's gonna
Everything
got
will be
to the-
subbed.
Those hands who are gonna dub it. So it's
Yeah.
not. We're not even that close to that point.
I don't even think season 1. officially, I mean, you could probably find it on the internet, but as far as Netflix goes and such like that, it's not dubbed yet.
Mm-hmm.
You can still go on Netflix and watch
I'm halfway
it
through season
subbed.
1, and it's dubbed.
Yeah, is it dubbed?
It's dubbed.
Really?
It's really well done.
That
Like
happened.
it's
Are
good
you on
though.
Netflix?
No, I'm on Watch Anime Online.
Okay,
but,
see, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
but still, it's
Netflix,
good. Like
yeah.
I can hear what
See,
they're saying.
I watched it way before it was on.
I wonder if Netflix have like a weird deal where you can't, you have to bring it sub so people have to read.
Right. No, I was a fan of Attack on Titan way before it even came out on Adult Swim and viewing on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, we wake that up. Top screen.
What the hell?
You're so good. You're so close. Yeah.
Did I just turn it off? I don't know.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
Yeah. Well, I think I just opened
Hey, there we
it.
go. It's been fun.
Whoa. Is
Oh,
it still recording?
God. There we go. We're fine. We're good. We're good.
No.
Sorry to interrupt you. What you were saying with the you've been a fan of it since whatever.
Yeah, Attack on Titan was definitely not one of the first animes I watched, but it definitely what I thought was one of the best. The only thing is I haven't seen any DVD releases of it. And then whenever this whole season 2 fiasco went down, and they're like, I don't know if we're going to release it yet. And then it got postponed indefinitely. It was kind of like a heartbreak because it really was a tremendous anime. It is a tremendous
No, I'd
anime.
say from what I've seen so far, I'm only 4 episodes until I finish season 1.
Right.
And it's just really good.
It
Like
is really
right when
good.
you kind of get bored with it, because like some animes, some shows in general, like you get really interested with the premise, and then like as you watch, like Gotham for me, it started off I was like, yeah, this is cool, weird, and off-world concept, and then you start to get into it, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, when you get with this, my point was when you get to Attack on Titan and you get to those, you start to slow down, and you're like, it brings you right back in. Like something new happens with the story, or like, you just gotta watch it. Honestly, it's a very good.
The only thing that they need to be afraid of is if some of their fans died off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, well, they waited too long to release this. I'm probably not gonna watch it. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Does the anime usually take long, or am I totally wrong on that?
Well,
so, I mean,
they first took a break because it was so popular. They made a live action movie off of it.
yes, I've seen like the Japanese trailers for that and
Yeah,
stuff, and it looks
so-
really cool.
That's a really good reason to take a step back and say, hey, well, we're not going to do season 2 just yet. We want people to enjoy this first movie that we have live action and all that, and just that's a really good reason. Now it's time to move on to season 2. Whenever it was postponed indefinitely, it kind of made a lot of not just fans in Japan but fans worldwide kind of like, damn, really? I've been waiting for this already, for so long. Why isn't it out? I need it to be out.
Mm-hmm.
It's that good. I love it. I want it. Where is it?
Right.
But as far as subbed or dubbed goes,
Yes, that's the main
That's-
the main topic.
yeah,
F-
so we're
to
talking
this week's
about-
topic 1 question.
right? Subbed or dubbed when it comes to watching anime.
Anime. Like, which one did you prefer? Does it bug you like me, or are you like Team Leonard over here and can just read and comprehend it all? Because he's a super genius.
It's not that I don't mind subtitles.
Right.
I don't mind subtitles at all. The only thing is, though, when it comes to anime, you can't go back and forth. You can't watch one season subbed. You can't watch one season dubbed. At least not for me.
Yeah, I
That's my
don't
problem.
think my brain could comprehend
That's
that.
my problem.
Just the voice acting would be different. I wouldn't know when somebody talks. I'd look at the different character and be like, "Oh, okay." Like,
I mean, it's a little bit weirder. I tried doing it with Bleach. Didn't work out very well. It was just one of those things where I'm like,
it almost ruins it for you. Like this guy
it feels
doesn't.
weird. You're just
Yeah,
like,
he's
this
not
is not
talking
what
the
I'm
way he
used to.
should.
This is not the Bleach that I know and love. So, it's not about starting with one or the other. It's about sticking with it. So whatever you start with, stick with it.
Right.
I mean, unless you're able to. If you're able to, like other people are very.
You can be team both. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
can
trying
go.
to. I'm not trying to like start a war. People like blood on the streets. But yeah, subbed or dubbed. My thing is just like, if there are people, and I'm one of them. Like, I could not imagine just subbed anime. Like, I can't. It's hard to. I mean, I can't imagine. I've watched some of it too, but I don't know. It's just harder for me. It takes a level of enjoyment out of watching the show because I feel like I'm too busy having to zone into a certain aspect of it to be able to enjoy all the other aspects.
Right.
of
It's
it.
like you're gonna miss what's on screen just
Because I'm
you're
so busy
the
reading, and
subtitles.
like sometimes they're talking forever. And you're like, God damn, okay, like trying to read all that, go through,
Right.
and
And you make a really good point.
Mhm.
And that's
It's almost
something
like a
that a
delay.
lot of people are worried about. That's the main
Right.
reason why they rather watch dubbed. Well, I'll just wait till dubbed so I don't miss anything.
So for the people out there who are like, there's a subbed anime and you're like, should I wait for the dub? You're saying they should go and watch the subbed? You think it wouldn't be that
I'm
bad?
not saying go and watch the subbed. I have very good peripheral vision. That's what helps me because I will concentrate on the subtitles, but I can also see what's going on.
Yeah,
above
maybe
the
I'm just a
subtitles.
caveman reader. I just like to move my whole head, and it's bad. Hey.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like one word at a time.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
But I mean, that's just how it is for me. So I know that I'm not missing anything, and some people may have trouble just concentrating. If you have trouble just concentrating on the subtitles, maybe it is okay to wait for that dub.
Yeah.
If it ever comes out. That's one thing that I'm really, really worried about with Dragon Ball Super. Huge Dragon Ball Z fan, ladies and gentlemen. Dragon Ball, this whole saga from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, even though they've erased that from existence, quote unquote. There has been rumors to say Dragon Ball Super will not be coming over here to America.
Yeah, or just be straight sub.
And if it is,
because you can find it.
Because I can find it right now.
It's 2016.
I followed the first 6 episodes, and then whenever they got rid of Goku's next in just one scene, I was like, "Fuck that, I'm done."
Really? I have no clue what you're talking about. It's like Spanish to me, but it's great. I love it.
When it came, I did watch.
I know enough about
Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super kind of erased the 2 Dragon Ball Z movies that came out with Resurrection of F, and they're kind of throwing those 2 movies into the show. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's just like, well, that's kind of weird. Like,
it's kind of left wing.
But because I thought you were gonna start. I thought those 2 movies were kind of like a starting point for the new series. But recently, and that Trunks came back. Trunks is Super Saiyan 3, and this is future Trunks. This isn't Kid Trunks.
Okay.
Future Trunks came back to the past once again, trying to beat the living shit out of Goku. No chance of that happening, but because there's a lookalike Goku now called Black Goku.
Okay.
But I do want to watch it. I am hopefully wanting to watch it in English at some point. I pray that the fans say, "Hey, listen up, bring it over here," because the fan base in America for Dragon Ball Z is big enough for that to be released,
to be sustained and actually go out for it.
Absolutely,
I mean,
it is definitely big enough.
Get a petition.
No.
Fight.
No. I'll sign the petition.
Yeah, I just won't be the ringleader. I get that.
No, but it just depends. It depends on where you start out, subbed or dubbed. There's really no war to it, but once you start with it, you got to stick with it. And that's not for all anime. Say you fucking watched Full Metal Alchemist, subbed. That means you got to watch all anime subbed. No, that's not the way it works. Start watching anime. If you start subbed, stick subbed. If you start dubbed,
stick dubbed.
Yeah, stick with dubbed. That's just the way it goes down when it comes down.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, that is exactly how the cookie crumbles. Now, when it comes down to it, I got really, really pissed off at Netflix for Full Metal Alchemist.
Why is that?
Not Full Metal Alchemist, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because they break it down into 4 parts on Netflix.
Right. I think I remember right.
Well, it turns out there's a whole fucking 5th part that's not even on Netflix.
Yeah, and then isn't it like half the episodes are subbed, half for dubbed? And
No, that's not it.
No,
it's all English.
It's all English. So all there.
So and then I'm like, but the thing is though, you gotta go out and you gotta find it online for that 5th part, and you're like, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think that's what we did.
That's messed up.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta watch that anime.
Right. They've actually stuck with it though. They've actually continued it in more theatrical ways. From what I'm understanding, I'm trying to catch up, but
well, see, there's Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, there was Full Metal Alchemist, and then they released a movie, because like the Full Metal Alchemist the first anime, whatever.
Isn't it the Sacred Star of Minos or something like that?
Something, yeah. But like the point is, they didn't take it straight from the manga. It was more like their interpretation, their story, and they kind of pulled elements from it.
Right.
So that's when then they released the movie, kind of like to backtrack the shitty ending it got, and then we got Brotherhood, which is literally like the manga translated over, like just straight greatness. But I mean, and that's such a good anime. Well, favorite, honestly, probably my favorite show. If you want to say like well-rounded, I could watch 64 episodes and be content. Full Metal Alchemist would definitely be on the list. I mean, I wouldn't say it's number 1, but yeah.
Brotherhood was good. I'll say it's definitely my top 5. But I know better. I know I've seen better. One anime that I'm currently getting into, I've only watched the first 3 episodes, so don't judge. Well, you don't know if you like it. Bullshit. Parasite's actually getting pretty good. We got a mutual friend who's watched it. He said it's one of the best he's ever seen.
Right.
But I am getting into it. It's got a weird concept, but it's this concept I can kind of grow to.
Get into. Cool.
Grow to liking. The best anime I have seen so far is probably gonna come down between Seraph of the End and Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul season 2 just recently came out on DVD.
Right.
I have yet to ever see that show on TV.
Your anime game's like so much better than mine. Like, mad respect. Okay, you continue what you were saying.
So Seraph of the End, definitely. Season 1, part 1 is at Walmart. That's where I bought it. Really good. Once again, it's just one of those things where, hey, I bought it dubbed. I'm gonna keep watching it dubbed. I'm gonna wait till September.
Right, you're not gonna make that
23rd when the second volume comes out just to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna, unless I wanted to go out and find it online. Probably could. I'm not going to. But that's just how it is. But a lot of animes are actually getting into where if what they originally made wasn't almost exactly like the manga, they'll go back and change it.
Yeah, and
redo it.
that's what the whole point was. That the manga was so good. Was watch this. We want this as a show. Don't change it. Right. Like where's the
exactly?
It's a mischange of hands at some point. It's like, meh.
So but speaking of that, my girlfriend is very very into Sailor Moon.
Okay.
Likes Sailor Moon a lot.
Like, do you know they brought that back? So she's
Sailor
watching
Moon
that
Crystal.
one. Okay.
It's on
Yeah.
Crunchyroll. She's watching it.
Of course.
Crunchyroll is a lot of it is purely subbed. So
really?
Yeah. So she's actually watching Sailor Moon Crystal subbed. She loves it so much more. It's
Really?
much better. But I think that the mangas that they make are truly well done. They are truly well done. Not that, I mean, if you don't like comic books, that's all manga is. It's just a Japanese comic book. And all these shows are supposed to be based off manga. But don't be surprised if you start seeing a lot more of your favorite animes get redone, just due to the fact that they are not being based off the manga that they should be.
Right.
Sailor Moon's doing it. Of course, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood did it. One thing that I'm actually liking is Tokyo Ghoul. I've read the manga as well on that. Mm-hmm. Tokyo Ghoul has stayed very, very consistent with the manga, so mad respect to that. I'm about to get into 2 different animes. They've actually started making a anime or a manga, purely based off Jack the Ripper. And the creator of that is also the creator of Berserk. Berserk is all the movie of it is on Netflix, and they also have a show which is out on sale at Walmart as well. I just decided not to buy it because I didn't feel like it was worth buying, plain and simple. But when it comes down to it, subbed or dubbed, it's just up to you and who you are.
And having your perspective on things. Yeah.
If you can handle subbed, do it subbed, because honestly, you kind of.
I can handle it. It's just I feel like it takes a pillar away. You know, it's not that I'm too busy reading, and that's not honestly the problem. There's
no really.
You don't like when I hear somebody say help in my native language. I feel more inclined than I hear, straight slander of something else of some other language. I'm just like, okay, yeah. It just doesn't really work for me. I don't have that connection. No. So I like to see my characters like with their inflections, because character is in anime is one of the best parts of it. So to have my character be defined by their voice is really important to me.
Right. No.
That's what I'm trying to say.
One thing that I love the word idiot in Japanese, because it's like baka. Like,
and they just yell it like that.
Yeah, they just yell it just like that, and I'm like, yes. I might get it tattooed on my fucking forearm.
Please don't do that.
No, I'm not that dumb. But I just sometimes you get the feel of it being a truly Japanese show whenever you watch it in Japanese. That's why I'm very fond of the Japanese. I've watched a lot of animes now that have been Japanese with subtitles.
Right.
And it just takes away like, hey, this is Japanese. It's not American. It didn't come from here. It's Japanese. And I love Japan just purely for anime and manga. I love it. I wouldn't be the nerd that I am without it.
The A+. It's a super key component.
Yeah.
I can respect that. That's cool.
So that's why I actually am more fond. So personally, that would be my sole reason in picking subbed, is because I feel like I get more in touch with the Japanese anime and manga when I do watch it in Japanese.
That's a solid statement. You know what my favorite anime is? One of the favorite animes.
What's going on?
Pokemon.
Oh God.
Do you like that segue?
Right, Pokemon. That's childhood, dude.
Because going back to to what we're doing now in because everybody knows Pokemon Go and what's going on with the fucking Wildstorm release this was. First kind of buggy, first kind of janky, but then now there's safety concerns and it's great. I live in a world where people are piling over each other to go outside. It's nice.
You got those faulty stories of people finding dead bodies because of Pokemon Go. Have you read some of those?
I saw that on the news. Somebody found.
Yes. Yeah. So I've heard fake stories and I've had legitimate stories where people just walk in and they found a fucking dead body.
Because you're searching.
Could you imagine that? I don't know. I don't really know if I could be all for finding a dead body while searching for a Pikachu.
I would really spice up my afternoon. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, there's a rat. Oh my God. Okay,
right?
like using the phone in your hand, so you realize it's not only a Pokedex, guys, and then you 911 get the people over. But
right.
I mean,
no, but I mean, I'm so bad at it. I would just switch over to my phone really quick. Because I have the Samsung 7 Edge. I can do that. I can play Pokemon while calling 911. So I'm like, there's a rat-a-tat right next to this dead body I found. Hold on 1 second. Let me catch this son of a bitch.
Let me get this guy.
I mean, but I don't like how all the common Pokemon you find in the fucking games are the same exact common Pokemon you find in Pokemon Go. Like, I'm just like, it took me 3 days to find a goddamn Pikachu. All right?
Yeah, dude. It's a very...
I'm like, what is this?
It's a rough...
No, but I do like the concept.
You know about that starting the hack though. You start out with your Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've heard that. I've heard the hack, but I don't know what the hack is about. So
like when you start, I don't know about people who play Pokemon Go, but when you start your first Pokemon, for example, so there's gonna be Charmander, Bulbasaur, and holy shit, the last one, Squirtle.
Dude,
thank you.
Come on.
Should have had a fucking V8. But anyway, those three Pokemon, just like the classic ones, you pick. And usually someone runs in, finds a squirrel in their backyard, throws a Pokeball at it, and the game starts. But if you actually ignore those three Pokemon and you actually walk away, like let's say you're sitting in your driveway and you just walk to QT or whatever, and you do that 3 consecutive times, the game's like, okay, fucking little bitch. Then I'll give you a Pikachu, or just pop out, and then you just totally get a Pikachu for your first Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah. So the first thing of you just being a little punk, you also get a good reward from it. But yeah. That's how you get a Pikachu.
That's not that bad. That's
very explained over audio. People are just like listening to this and it's like, yeah, I should go do this now.
Yeah, definitely.
Resetting their Pokemon account.
Definitely.
But yeah, honestly, that was pretty cool.
That's interesting. I don't know. Pikachu was cool, but I was definitely much more.
I haven't got too far in the game to know much about if collecting all these Pokemon are really worth it, or if I should just like, I don't know.
I mean, so basically all you're doing is really collecting the Pokedex data.
You're not doing, like, it's not as sentimental as, like, the last game you got a Pokemon that was your Pokemon, and you trained that motherfucker,
right, exactly.
And then you won the leagues,
Right.
This, it's not like that. You find, like, 7 Pidgeys and a fucking Weevil on your way home, and you're just tossing balls.
You find 7 Pidgeys, though, you can evolve that. You can transfer them, get some candies, and you can eventually evolve that Pidgey into a Pidgeotto pretty quickly. Sure. It only takes 12 candies.
Then I'm doing it right now. Where's my phone at? Jesus.
And then what I mean?
My eyes. I'm about to play this game and it's completely different.
I just feel like shit because my strongest Pokemon is Goddamn Raticate. Like, what the hell is this? I mean, this is back when I was originally playing Fire Red on the Game Boy Advance. You know what I mean?
That's just all there were.
But I mean, it's what comes up the most. I'm not gonna lie though. I was happy as hell when I got me an Eevee because I'm like, oh, I pray to God I get a fucking Jolteon because like that's my favorite evolution when it comes down to the evolutions.
Yeah,
gotta be Jolteon. Jolteon's.
There's a cool Pokemon that just could go in all those ways though. I mean, the same situation.
Right.
To topic 2 though. So now that everybody knows that we're talking about Pokemon Go, the augmented reality game, would there be a beneficial if you start seeing more AR games like this for different IPs? So, I mean, it could range from anything you fucking think of. Can be thrown on the table right now.
Honestly, when it comes down to it, you're just looking at it like, what AR game could you possibly make that is anything like this Pokemon Go?
All right, right here. I got a pitch. Listen to me, executives. you get 2 cell phones, right? And it's AR game, and you have to send, kind of like they kind of face each other, maybe in diagonals in the 2 corners of this rectangular play mat of imaginary space you're using for said demo. Stay with me here. So you have Yu-Gi-Oh cards as you play them, or like not Yu-Gi-Oh, it could be Bakugan or whatever stupid card game people are playing these days. Like it could be Magic the Gathering. Imagine Magic the Gathering. As you play a card, though, you see the on-screen effects on your cell phones. Casted that to a TV, when you're yelling, "Hey, you activated my trap card," it becomes a whole different context. The whole house is shaking. People see it on the screen.
I don't think we're at that level though.
Like you don't think we're there yet?
I don't think we're there though.
I think with Pokemon Go, Pokemon Go is really shitty. You really think about the AR elements, because you could just be like this, and then all of a sudden you guys floating. And
Pokemon Go is basically the birth of a whole new way to play a game, especially on your phone for that matter. Pokemon Go, it's the start of something completely new. So I give Pokemon Go props for that. They're like, hey, you know what? Let's put a world in our world. And that's basically where you're coming from. The only thing I'm pissed off about is, like, if we were both on Pokemon Go right now, I couldn't see your character. I couldn't say, hey, you want to battle, you little bitch?
You want that? That would
like
be a
that.
very good, different aspect to it, I guess.
But
But could you imagine how many Pokemon Go players there are? And like if you how jumbled your map would be. Like
God, if you go to the
you
mall,
you've been challenged.
like,
You've been challenged.
yeah.
You've been challenged. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm with my family.
like,
I'm notifications
I'm trying to have dinner at Red Lobster.
Right.
And the goddamn waiter wants to battle.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
what is
like,
this?
I want your appetizer, but first, let's go. Let's do it.
So I mean,
The bars appear in real life. Dun-dun-dun.
it definitely, maybe only 3 battles per hour might be better.
I think
you know what I mean. Like
things
just
I
have
want
it
to see
timed.
added. If things I want to see added to Pokemon Go would be a multiplayer component that's more, on the nose at least. I want to, however you want to implement it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a developer. This number 2 would be Pokemon battles that actually kind of reminisce to the ones on the Game Boy. Because I don't know if you battled in a gym yet. It's basically you like swipe and tap the screen in very strategic ways. So your Pokemon wins. It basically comes down to stats and really what you're doing is not really helping or anything. So I would like to see them go like you get 4 moves, you train your Pokemon, those moves get better. You can counter said moves. I don't know, like a system. Maybe when somebody challenges you at a gym and you're the gym leader, you just kind of have to take the sacrifice of having to fight every nigga who wants to fight you. Like
Exactly.
that should be how it is. Like you made that.
I don't think there should be necessarily gyms. I think there should be just gym leaders. Just a couple dudes in a town.
Keep on going.
Just a couple dudes in a town that when you approach them, you're like, all right, I'm gonna take your position.
Yeah, you just call somebody out and be like, let's fight, let's do this. And
Yeah.
it's their responsibility to
Exactly.
fight
It's
you.
kind of like a blacklist from Need for Speed back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
How
You're
you
getting exactly
build
what I'm
up the
putting
ranks,
down.
and the only way to get better
And then
is to beat the best.
Right, and then you get your grinding, your aspect to that, and then that's what makes it cool.
And I mean, there should be points where you like if you're number 10, you can't battle number 5. Like, let's go up the ladder, please.
Yeah.
Because like you ain't jumping that ladder. Like, come on.
Okay. So rolling off another Pokemon improvement. Let me have more modifications to my character. Like I felt when my character collection started, it was like you can pick the yellow jacket or the red jacket, or the red shoes or the green shoes.
Yeah.
Which hat you want? Guess what? There's 2. There's only 2 here. You can mix and match as much as you want, fuckface, but it's not gonna change anything.
Good point.
And so like when you're a gym leader or whatever it is at the stops, your person's displayed. So imagine if you had like the coolest gear and your coolest Pokemons beside you.
Right. Yeah.
Then that gives the reason me running around my fucking backyard,
Right.
just throwing Pokeballs at nothing. A little bit more meaning.
That's another thing too. I think that once they update, they should release newer and newer Pokemon.
I kind of like that it's a classic though. Because have you got into the 7th generation Pokemon?
No.
Like
That's the thing though. I'm not talking about the goddamn sword and shield Pokemon. Who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about no goddamn
baseball
sword and
bat
shield.
and a-
But like, let's be honest. I want to see my nigga Totodile. I want to see that dude. I
Yeah,
want to
okay,
be
I get
able
you.
to have Totodile.
That's
I
like
wanna,
that's still in
you know,
my
Gen 2, Gen 3.
Gen 2 and Gen 3 are like in the golden era for
maybe
me.
Gen 4. But
And then
like,
it starts to get a little fuzzy after that. Then
exactly.
I'm like, what were you doing, guys?
I think
you could have just
after-
like, I don't know, made different evolutions to the classic guys instead of just keep on pumping out.
Don't you know they did that? Those fucking mega evolutions and shit.
What?
Yeah, you don't even.
Oh my god.
Omega
I'm
Ruby,
I'm
Omega
missing out so much.
Sapphire.
I need to go buy a DS.
Dude,
That's
for
what I
real.
need to do.
For
Do
real.
you have a DS?
Yeah, I got a 2DS.
Oh my god.
I got a 2DS.
I gotta get a DS.
No, I mean it's
You just called
basically
me out, but I'm
mega
kicking
evolution.
your ass on
X and
Pokemon.
Y, like remember the games X and Y?
Yeah.
You basically got that gen starter, and then you got the OG starters like Charizard. You get to choose once again another starter, and they were OG. Like you got to choose between Squirtle, and if you have X, you get the X Megamite or whatever. It's like a stone that evolves one step further. Y is it Y or X? I think X is the black Charizard.
I
Like,
gotta get a 2DS.
black
Oh
Charizard
my
with
god.
blue
Like, this
flames.
is, you're killing me.
Like, dude, that's awesome.
I'm
That
such a
is
nerd. But
awesome.
that's so cool.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, okay, Mega Evolutions. Finally, something that's a little bit more refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I got pissed off about is they decided to redo Ruby and Sapphire, which is probably one of my favorites.
Right.
I do like Ruby and Sapphire.
That was my first Pokemon game, and then because I didn't start on Red, Green, or whatever the fuck
See, I
it is.
started on Red, Green.
Right,
on
most
Red
people
and
did,
Green.
but I played Silver. It was Sapphire. It was a silver version of it. Was like that in Ruby, right? The one we're talking about.
Sapphire and Ruby, and then you had Emerald.
Yeah, it was in that generation,
Right.
though, and I loved it. I fell in love with Pokemon,
Right.
and that's when because I didn't watch the anime necessarily. That was a lie earlier to get us into this awesome topic.
Right. No, I'm an anime fan
Yeah.
for days, but I mean, going on, childhood was evolved around Pokemon, Digimon, all that good stuff, and Pokemon is definitely the most popular out of all the things we used to watch as a kid. But Pokemon Go was definitely something that everyone could play. So long as
I like
it-
the message it
so long as you
sends.
had a
You know what I'm
smartphone.
saying? Like everybody go out when community and
Right. I mean,
Lose
it's
some fucking
it's
weight.
pretty sad that
It's
Pokemon
cool.
Go has done something against fighting obesity than Michelle Obama
Obama.
has in the
I've seen
goddamn
that
past
meme.
8 years.
it's true though. I mean, like, it's really I've never seen a game affect pop culture in such a positive way though. I mean, like, not to get sappy about it, but when's the last time people were like doing healthy shit because
Like
of a
walking
video
around.
game?
What pisses me off is also people driving around playing it. I'm like,
That's
get
dangerous.
out of your
You
vehicle.
deserve to- you
get
deserve
out
a
of your
ticket,
vehicle
sir.
and walk around.
My
For the
God,
love
are you
of God.
serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. But I mean,
You know
like,
how
when
fast
you
you were
live in,
going?
when you-
Like,
when you
did
live in a
set
town like I
Charizard,
do,
though?
when you live in a town like I do,
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. I guess
not,
you're right.
if it gets past 11 o'clock at night,
Mm.
I think you're free to drive the streets.
Hey, no cop, no stop.
Yeah.
That's how it
The
is.
fuck?
It was me. I was pumping my chest, but it totally failed. Like most things I do.
No. I'm excited. I hope that as Pokemon Go is gradually, the longer and longer it's out, the more Pokemon they release. Or maybe they're making it to where once you collect all 250 Pokemon,
You get.
you
That'd be cool.
You get Gen
That'd be-
2.
Oh my God. That you found the secret.
Maybe.
It's like a
But what pisses me off is they have 250, and Gen 1 there's only 151.
right.
Who the fuck are these 99 other
Yeah.
Pokemon?
But I think that generation of Pokemon is Pokemon everybody knows.
Right.
You know, fair. Because if you started on like 7th gen Pokemon, I would have been like, oh, cool.
Well, I mean, if you start on
That's great.
If you're a kid now
So
and you've started on
excited.
7 or 6 gen, you still know the OGs. You still know Charizard. You still know Squirtle. You still know Pikachu.
Right. It's
I've
just
never
how it
ran
is.
into a 6-year-old who says, "Yeah, I don't know who the hell Pikachu is," or "I don't know who the
He's
hell."
the mascot. He's there. Yeah, that's how he is.
I don't know who Charizard is.
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, well, I've never slapped a child before." But say you don't know who Charizard is.
Right.
I'll slap
I
you.
will slap you. That deserves a hit. So what other improvements can you push towards Pokemon Go?
I mean,
We talked
basically,
about multiplayer. We talked about the battling system. They're
battling
adding
system,
sponsored Pokestops. Did you hear about this?
sponsored Pokestops.
So right, so
Did
like
not hear about
McDonald's
this.
pays them a lot of money, and then McDonald's now becomes a Pokestop, and people go there can get exclusive McDonald's Pokestop items because it's McDonald's.
That's kind of dumb.
That's the concept, the broad idea here. So
That-
imagine it for like Taco Bell,
Okay, am I gonna get
Walmart.
like a free? Am I gonna get a free 50?
because the idea is it drives traffic.
I-
I don't know if you're gonna spin that Pokestop sign and it's gonna throw Big Macs. In a perfect world, Leonard. In a perfect world, I would be there all day.
Right, exactly.
But that's we don't live in a yeah.
Spinning that thing, oh man, 4 Big Macs. But I rather have Pokeballs. Fuck you.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of ignorant. I think it's just a
Really?
really bad ploy just for Pokemon Go to get money.
As soon as it was announced, that's the first thing I pictured. I was like, well, this is gonna go to shit.
We get Big Macs and they get money. That's not
Yeah.
the way this works. Like
I would be fine with that. I receive a free Big Mac. They can have as much money as they want. It's not my money.
First off,
Who's giving them said money?
Pokemon Go is fighting obesity. Why the fuck are we gonna go to McDonald's and
Promote,
buy a goddamn Big
that
Mac?
was just my example, and that's the example. Actually, they've seen a little bit of McDonald's in the code. If you
Why not
read the story,
and go buy some new walking shoes,
right? That'd be cool.
or running shoes, or a goddamn mountain bike. Because Lord knows it's Pokemon, and you might need a goddamn mountain bike.
Could you
to go
imagine though, like,
catch an Aggron at the top of a goddamn hill?
and now what if they've introduced? Then they really should do this. Make like black zones, and I mean like not for the Pokemon fan here who wants to wander everywhere, but like there are places that are coming up that don't want this attention. They don't want the idea of people going around the phones. They don't think it's safe, yada yada. So make like if a lot of people petition, that zone's dead.
Well, they need to get the hell.
Or that needs to be
Pokemon Go.
so people just know not to fuck around this person's business and they just walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It
no.
comes up on the Pokedex.
I get that, but that is a good point. There should be some black zones, but to an extent, people's backyards should be a no-go because, I mean, what if it?
I'm still doing it.
We right now we live in America, and to be honest with you, people carry guns in their houses. It's not illegal. People, that is our
Second
right.
Amendment.
That is our mad.
America.
Yeah, that is our fucking
That's how
right.
it is.
But the thing is, though, I don't want to jump a dude's fence and then have fucking some pellets go on my back from a goddamn shotgun.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That you made that decision when you wanted to get that Ivysaur, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
so like I feel like
like-
he's justified. Like if anything,
But let's be honest, though. I'm not about. What if a dude breaks into Area 51 and trying to find fucking Mewtwo?
yeah.
They're not gonna
That's where
want
he's
you
at.
there. They don't want you there. You might die. Like,
You
oh
might-
man,
you will die.
Christian went missing
Right.
trying to find a goddamn Mewtwo.
What happened to him? I just want you to tell people he was the very best and no one ever was, and just let it just sink in as they. It'd be great, honestly. I
Right.
would take that as my funeral.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of improvements Pokemon Go can do. Pokemon Go, the main one, I want to be able to battle other people that aren't the gym leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Let the gym leaders be who they are, yeah. But like I think that they should have just maybe a broad area, and then whenever you're in that area, you are in that. If you are like maybe top 5 in that area, you're only top 5 in that area. If you were to go into another area, you'd have to lose your position first. You know what I mean?
I would not be a fan of that.
You wouldn't?
No,
No?
no.
Like you were
It's too much work.
you were the gym leader of
Tell me,
that
like,
area.
well, even we would say like I like the conversation. So like, let's say we're pushing this like statewide. If I'm like a level 20 in Missouri, but I cross over to Colorado because I'm just trying to do stuff.
Yeah, do
like
stuff.
go through Kansas. I'm sorry. Like the point is, I'm trying to go to said state for any miscellaneous vacation or activity. And I just
Missouri
totally.
to Colorado. I don't know what the hell you're doing
That was
there.
a bad example. You have to go through Kansas, and I totally ignored that state. I was just thinking. Anyway, I had a point, and I had to reset. You're telling me like I'm only level 20 in Missouri.
No.
And then I
That's-
lose- that'd be upsetting.
I'm not saying you're restarting, but I'm saying you have to hold up your position as the gym leader of Missouri before you can go around challenging dudes in Colorado. Like
Okay.
you are that
Okay.
dude.
Thank you. You totally switched my perspective on what you were
Okay,
saying.
so what I'm saying is like you don't restart. If you're level 20, you are at level 20. That's
Right.
not going to
All day.
change. It's just the fact that you're a gym leader. You're stuck. Misty and Brock were stuck at their goddamn gyms until Ash beat them.
Bullshit. I said they
No,
left.
Ash had to beat them.
Yeah.
Okay? So I mean, like Brock had
Who was
14.
holding this shit up when they left? That's such a plot hole. Like
I think Brock's like little brothers, like 14 little brothers and
he's like,
sisters.
I'll do it. That's fine.
Like,
I got it.
this. Don't worry. The 6-year-old running up.
Just
Like,
hand out badges, right? Like
hey, give me your Onyx and I got this.
I
Give me
got
your
this.
Onyx. I got this.
Yeah,
Don't even
honestly.
worry. But speaking of Onyx, man, where the fuck can I find one of those? Do I have to go to Colorado to get me an Onyx? Because there's a reason to go to. There's a reason to go to Colorado.
You guys get some.
The only reason I
Pokemon
want to go to Colorado is to catch me a fucking Onyx. What are you thinking?
Right.
God damn it.
That's how it is. In this Pokemon Go life.
I don't know, but like, or maybe they're doing it to where it's regions. Maybe Missouri is just the region of the OG Pokemon. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Like you went over to Colorado and it was
It is
just
a whole different set.
Indigo,
Whole different.
or
People like it's a whole
Kanto.
different
or you know,
system. Yeah, that'd
Right.
be cool. Honestly, I'd be okay with that.
I wouldn't.
This is
'cause,
the
like,
baby steps. Is
it
what's
would piss me
crazy.
off.
I mean, we're like literally like step 1 of probably step 120 of how much this game's probably going to evolve and change.
Yeah,
I imagine like this is the breeding grounds.
it will change.
It's so bare bones, like on purpose.
Yeah, change is inevitable when it comes to this game. It has a lot of potential to be something even better than what it already is, and I'm a huge fan of the game as it is. I do want to see it change to where I can
For the better,
battle, and to where they do a little bit more different with the positioning of higher ups. Like, gym leaders are people sticking around in the gym saying, "Oh, hey, you got to beat me before you can beat the gym leader or battle the gym leader."
Well, Pokemon does it for you. That's what's cool. Is that you don't even.
I don't like that.
It's such a weird system.
I don't like that.
I get you.
Because I'm just like, let me go over there. Like what, Pokemon Go. If you're gonna get
fighting, you have to come. You have to send me an
Here's
invite. I have to accept said invite.
Here's an
meet you
idea.
at the place.
Here's an idea, and I'm just spitballing.
Yeah.
If I decide to become a gym leader of one of your I want Pokemon to go to designate gyms around Missouri, around the fucking country, and I want whoever gets there first gets there first. But if you're there 2 weeks, you get a fucking paycheck.
Okay.
Because you have to sit there and you have to battle. That is your job, to fucking battle. Okay?
I want a smelly
paycheck.
hermit.
Right.
Just like, you here to play Pokemon Go? Let's battle. That'd be great, honestly. I would accept that life with open arms.
Right. But like that's what I'm saying. Like, because like me, I have a job. I really don't give two shits about becoming a gym leader.
The system is now, though, like where your Pokemon battles for. I just feel like it's really weird and insensitive. And
I don't want my Pokemon battles to be fought for me.
Exactly.
I want to do the battling. I want to have 4 moves. And if shit's getting out of hand, I want to throw in an antidote. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, like really put that strategic value back into
exactly
the game.
That's where I think it should go. But I think that they should maybe possibly have designated gyms, and then possibly pick out whoever gets there is the gym leader. And you first off, you stumble upon it. Mm-hmm. That's what I think you should do. And then, hey, you are the gym leader.
So
it's
should
open.
not be seen.
As soon as you find it, it's open.
That'd be crazy.
And then you're the gym leader until someone beats
somebody
you.
comes and topples you and does all that shit.
Which would kind of suck because if you have a Rattata,
right,
you're gonna get your ass mauled. But I mean that's
Got
just it would eventually grow into something very, very outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people would be like, wait, let me go train and
come back
and whoop the living shit out of you before I get this gym. And then once you beat them, you have the option to either let this dude stay as a gym leader, or you have the option to take over as gym leader. Mm-hmm. Because you might just want the badge and walk on. I want badges too. You know what I mean? I want something to show that, hey, I beat this dude. You can either take the badge and walk away, or you can stay and be the gym leader.
Be the gym leader. Okay. Honestly, I would accept that. I think it's really cool. So this is kind of a switch up on topics. We started as the what did we say? But improvements to Pokemon Go, topic 2. And
Absolutely.
I thought all that was totally valid. I think that we could be dealing with a game changer.
Yeah.
Stuff I can tell my grandchildren and be like, you don't even understand.
Yeah.
Like people.
It's like you should have seen OG when we first.
Yeah.
Our generation.
They're playing
started
third
this.
generation. They're in the world, and
who knows, man? It's definitely something that I'm excited to see progresses, but I just hope it doesn't progress downhill. You know what I mean? Like all the shit we just spitballed, great ideas, people. It came from myself and Christian. You guys automatically know they're good. They're worth something just because they came out of our mouths.
There you go. A little modest, but works for me. All right, so Rebirth recap. What the DC comics we read for you. Like that tag, I just made that up. It sounded professional as fuck.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The DC comics is that we usually read for a week. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we faltered. I'm gonna play catch up.
Wait till next week, you guys.
We're gonna get you next week.
Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the stuff we're supposed to be reading right now just came out the past 2 or 3 days.
And I can't read 12 different comic books.
And bring them back to you.
So
we'll do a major recap next week. Mm-hmm. You guys won't be disappointed. But a lot of shit. I'm excited for a lot of shit to go down. One that just got released as part of the Rebirth is a new Superman. He's Chinese. Mm-hmm. He's 4'3". Mm-hmm. No, I wouldn't go that far.
I was just to everything. I never realized what you said.
Horrible. He's 4'3", squinty eyes. No. Oh man, you're being so judgmental. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Who knows? He might just be awesome and a total badass compared to this American jackass called Clark Kent.
Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm really interested with like where Superman's story is gonna go with Rebirth. Like not even just not the.
Well, our
first,
Superman is dead.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the Superman. I'm talking about like the symbol, the idea.
Because
Where is that concept going to go with Rebirth? Because
Right.
it's kind of odd right now.
so basically, one Superman died, another one came in. Well, he
There's
was
also
there. Like
Lex
they
Luthor's
fought
also
together.
Got that mechanized Superman suit. Lois Lane is now Superwoman. We got a
know.
Chinese Superman.
Yeah,
All this stuff's real.
shit's going down.
2016.
No one's yelling timber.
Son.
We'll see how it goes. He does have a son, and this might be the next Superboy.
I'd be fine with that.
Not cloned,
That'd be
but
cool.
we'll see what happens.
Someone showed me a long time ago. It was like Damian Wayne and then like Superman's son, like kind of the same age,
Yeah.
in their like super gear. I was that.
Did you say super gay?
No, not.
Did you just say that?
No, it's in their
Oh.
super gear.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't know what you said.
That'd be a
like,
weird comic. I wouldn't want to
what?
read yours. I would
Yeah.
definitely want to read mine.
I don't
though.
know.
Like,
I mean, not the. I think isn't one of the Green Lanterns gay? Isn't Kylo?
they turned one of the Green Lanterns gay.
They
on,
did.
like Earth, whatever.
I don't
And,
even
yeah.
know. Yeah.
They do what they do.
Not that that's bad by any means, but
Yeah, I mean, that
it's
is
a new
what it is.
twist. There needs to be a gay superhero.
It's
Come
fine,
on, what's
yeah.
wrong with it?
It's fine. It's okay. It's dumb, but it's fine.
It's dumb, but it's fun. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. Anyway,
All right. Well, I think that kind of caps what we wanted to talk about this week. I don't know about you. You want to throw
Absolutely,
any
no.
last minute
we're good.
any reminders? This is the time we thank our sponsors if we had any.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sponsored by my table, my
At
side table.
and then all the shit we bought last week.
Yes, but we'll get there. Hopefully with the help of you guys. If you ever want to tweet Leonard or the Comic Book Podcast, you can always get a hold of him at.
All right, my Twitter is LCC at LCC54.
There you go.
There is up and coming a Twitter that I will announce next week for the podcast, so that you can follow us
Just keep posted.
on the podcast. All right.
Mhm. And if you're listening to this on SoundCloud or YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share. Definitely comment, because like I really want to bounce off and see what people think and their ideas. So
Absolutely.
really make this an interactive kind of ordeal, or not, whatever. You guys are the judge. So
We will take criticism. I don't know.
say what you want.
Yeah, say what you
Bring
want.
the trolls. I ain't not scared.
Yeah, me neither.
terrified.
We're still gonna be doing what we do.
Terrified.
Either you love us or you hate us. We don't give a damn either way.
Yeah, you're still gonna see these episodes from this channel. So hopefully we've persuaded you with our shitty businessman skills to hit the subscribe button. And until next time, I'm Christian Abora,
I'm Leonard Chocut.
and this has been Zero to Hero. Thank you for listening.